Green building commissioning in Los Angeles is different from any other jurisdiction in California. This video outlines the specific requirements and variations unique to the city of Los Angeles. The governing body responsible for green building commissioning in Los Angeles is the Los Angeles Division of Building and Safety, also known as LADBS. This division handles all building permits and inspections within the city. Each year, LADBS processes thousands of new permit applications. The scale and complexity of these applications have created a need for a more controlled approach to permit compliance compared to other building departments. LADBS places greater emphasis on documentation, which leads to additional work for design and construction teams. Architects, engineers, and contractors working in Los Angeles must be familiar with the LADBS system. Without a full understanding of how it works, they risk longer permit approval times and delays during construction. The commissioning process is no exception. In fact, it requires significantly more time and effort than in most other parts of the state. This is not excessive bureaucracy. It is a practical effort by LADBS to speed up approvals and inspections. When construction teams handle more documentation up front, permit technicians and inspectors can work faster. As a result, the entire project benefits, provided the team understands and follows the established system. The Los Angeles Green Building Code, or LABC, is found within the Los Angeles Municipal Code under Article 9. Unlike most cities that adopt the state code with a few local changes, Los Angeles uses a unique system that can be confusing at first. Most jurisdictions simply adopt the state's building code and then add local amendments to address regional issues. This makes it easier for architects and engineers to learn local requirements quickly. But Los Angeles is different. The city covers more than 500 square miles and serves about 3.8 million residents. With over 1,200 employees, the Los Angeles Building Department is the largest in California. Its special approach to implementing building codes reflects both its scale and the wide range of issues it must manage. To find the commissioning requirements, look at Section 99.05.100 of the Los Angeles Municipal Code. This section adopts the current California Green Building Standards Code, known as CalGreen, specifically Chapter 5 of the Non-Residential Mandatory Measures. It's important to note that the voluntary measures of CalGreen have not been adopted by the city, meaning compliance with those is not required. Amendments to the CalGreen Code are published under the City of Los Angeles Green Building Code, but there are no changes to the commissioning section. This means the CalGreen Code sets the standard for new projects over 10,000 square feet in Los Angeles. Additionally, the California Energy Code also requires commissioning for projects over the same size threshold. Both codes, authored by the California Energy Commission, are intended to function together as a single process. The Energy Code includes a few additional requirements, such as completing the NRCC-CXRE commissioning form. For simplicity, we'll refer to commissioning as CX throughout this video. Now let's look at commissioning during the design phase. This is one of the most commonly misunderstood parts of the process. By code, commissioning must begin during the schematic or design development phase of the project, not during the construction document phase, as many assume. The confusion comes from the CalGreen Code, which does not make this clear. However, the California Energy Code explains that the NRCC-CXRE form must be submitted with the permit documents. This form requires documentation of a design review conducted by the commissioning coordinator during schematic or design development. Missing this step can lead to major issues later, including situations where the architect of record might need to sign a statement that's not accurate. Therefore, it is the architect's responsibility to ensure commissioning begins at the correct stage for all new buildings in California larger than 10,000 square feet. After the design review, the commissioning coordinator must prepare 3 required documents for the permit submittal. Owner's project requirements. Outlines the owner's goals for energy and sustainability. Basis of design, BOD, describes the systems and equipment that fulfill those goals. Commissioning plan, a specification document that outlines the commissioning process through construction and project closeout. In most jurisdictions, these 3 documents are all that's needed for a permit application. But Los Angeles adds several extra steps involving the architect, MEP engineers, and the building owner or their representative. During permitting and construction, LADBS mandates additional forms that must be inserted into the permit drawing set. These include GRN 20, OPR, identifies where OPR items appear in the plans. GRN 21, BOD, identifies where BOD items appear in the plans. GRN 23, commissioning measures, signed by the CX coordinator confirming OPR, BOD, and CX integration. GRN 24, functional performance testing, blank at first, completed at the end of the project. GRN 25 documentation training, blank at first, completed at the end. GRN 26, commissioning report, blank at first, completed at project completion. Next, the CX coordinator conducts a commissioning kickoff meeting with all members of the construction team. This meeting clarifies the process, responsibilities, and timelines. Submittals for systems listed in the CX plan are reviewed by the coordinator for compliance with design documents and Title 24. The coordinator cannot approve or reject submittals, but will notify the design team of any issues for resolution. Once systems are installed and ready, the coordinator prepares functional performance tests, or FPTS. These tests confirm and document that systems operate as intended and meet the owner's requirements. Subcontractors complete these tests and submit them for review. Any RFIS or change orders related to commissioned systems must be sent to the coordinator to determine if adjustments to the commissioning process are necessary. The final air balance report is also reviewed by the coordinator for compliance. At the end, the final commissioning report is prepared. This document confirms that the owner's priorities were met and that commissioning is complete. It includes all documentation from start to finish and is submitted to LADBS to close out the permit. Commissioning is, above all, about communication. Clear communication from the design stage through construction prevents confusion and delays later. It also relies on collaboration. A skilled commissioning coordinator can streamline the process, avoid duplicated work, and keep all parties aligned. CalGreen Energy Services specializes in CalGreen code and Title 24 commissioning. Our focus ensures that every team member understands their role and that building owners receive a well-functioning structure designed to last. Call CalGreen Energy Services today and learn how we can help with your next project.